Mpumalanga government will soon be breaking ground on the province's first post-apartheid city. Construction on the new eNCA city is expected to cost a whopping 8 billion rand and could start as early as June this year. To discuss where the process is and what to expect, let's speak to Dovetail Properties Director Philip Kleinans. Philip, thank you so much for your time. Let's start off with what to expect. I want to put this in context for our viewers. Size-wise, compare this new city to a city that already exists. Give us the location and also the layout of the city. How is this going to be different from what we know already in South Africa?
Thank you, Tafuma, and good morning to all your viewers. Nkosi City is quite unique. The size of it is the land that was donated from the Rural Development and Land Reform to the community is 968 hectares. To compare that with a city wouldn't be fair. It's like a big suburb, I would assume. And as far as how the city differs from any other developments, in fact, there are quite a few aspects. Firstly, I think for the first time we are going to be developing a city in equal partnership with the community, represented by the Community Property Association. And we're involving the community. We've been busy with the project for about 13 years to get it to this point of execution. But we are going to we involve the community from the design to the planning of it, to the construction of it, and in fact afterwards to the actual maintaining and the running of their own city. For the first time, I think we're going to have a community that co-owns their city and can take responsibility for it. Furthermore, it is quite unique in the sense that it's an agricultural city. It was designed that way from the beginning, and the motivation for that actually came from when we started out. I saw that there were the many women and youth unemployed, and we realized that what happens in the rural areas is that the men leave and they go and work in the cities and on the mines and then send money home every month. So those at home just sit and wait for this salary or the small stipend to come in at the end of every month. So what we did is we designed the city from the outset with an agricultural component right next to all the RDP houses, which will create work for those women and the youth that stay behind. And we're appointing a large agricultural company and also have the participation from the Department of Agriculture to actually teach these women and youth how to farm. So that in fact is quite significant, because our feasibilities show that would make them roughly an income of about 300 million over the first 3 years. So that is quite significant.
Which agricultural products will this city be a hub for, Philip? And how many people are you hoping will gain employment?
Well, our market study shows that we are creating potentially about 15,000 job opportunities, and the project impacts on a community of roughly 120,000 households, which equates to about 500,000 to 600,000 people. And as far as the produce is concerned, that's still in the decision-making process, but I would think that the ideal situation is food security. So I think we'll be doing vegetables and herbs, and we've spoken to some of the supermarket groups, and there's considerable interest in offtake agreements for everything that Nkosi City produces. But being in that area of the Lowveld and near Mpumalanga, it is suitable for citrus, it's suitable for macadamias. So instead of planting, pretty trees in the streets, we're actually planting macadamias and citrus. So the same woman that would take responsibility for the vegetables and such will then also take responsibility for the orchards, if I may, in the streets. And the location is, if one looks at a Google Earth image, and you have Mpumalanga and White River. To the east of it, there's a sprawling township that starts basically at the N4 at Kanyamazan and then sort of sprawls into Dainki and Pienaar, which in fact are my partners. That's the community that we're working with and have been working with for all this time.
Philip, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Philip Kleinans from Dovetail Properties.